is I want to talk to you guys. What we're going to do is we'll try to keep this as quick as possible to go through the room and figure out what each one of you does and what it is that you're thinking about your offer. So we'll start with you. What's your name? Patrick.
Patrick Goods.
Cool. What do you sell, Patrick?
Mortgage loans.
Okay. What do you think about using as your bait?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you. So people don't want a mortgage. When they roll over in the middle of the night, they don't want a mortgage. What they want is a home. So your bait needs to be exactly like what I showed you on the screen. It's like your bait is the neighborhood. Okay, so here's the thinking that a lot of mortgage people do. They think, well, I need to sell the city, right? I hear that all the time. No, you want to sell the smallest, most exclusive, most in-demand neighborhood there is. Because even if there's not a house for sale in there, the bait is that they will be the first ones to know when there is a house. And then remember, my 6 magic questions are what other neighborhoods are you interested in? So we want to draw them in with the best neighborhood possible. That's the bait, right? We got the hookup in the neighborhood that you want to live in. It's like, oh, well, there ain't no hookup right now, but we got the hookup over here, right? And so that's the bait. Sounds like bait and switch now that I say that, but you get what I'm saying, right? We're just expanding their territory. But those funnels that we've done, man, like Josh Aris joins the tribe maybe 2 weeks ago. Travis sold them. And his whole thing, we had a conversation, our initial, like one of the things we do is it's like a initial consultation. And we're talking and he says, well, you know, my first funnel, we marketed the best neighborhood in the city and we got 19 leads overnight and we spent $7. And I'm like, perfect, man, how'd you do that? He goes, I did exactly what you said to do in the videos. I'm like, perfect, that's how it works. So you don't have to like think outside of the box, man, I've already got all the copy and everything else. Are you in Entourage or anything like that?
I'm in the Break Free Academy next.
Okay, so yeah, dude, all in the...
And I've done a couple of funnels and with some success and some not so successful.
That's right, you said you're coming next week, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, so you'll have access to Break Free Academy Digital and all that stuff will be in there too. You basically copy and paste it because you can just take mine and then basically copy the stuff that's on there, so.
Cool.
What's your name?
Jay,
Jay, what do you sell?
information products and network marketing.
Oh, awesome, okay. What network marketing company?
I'm going to try one, World Ventures.
Okay, World Ventures. I know those guys really good. Wes is a friend of mine, and I think he just left them though, didn't he? Or is he still with them? Wes Melcher. And Jefferson's a friend of mine too, Santos. So actually, Wayne Newton, the CEO, I guess, he recruited me into MLM when I was 19 years old. So long history with those guys. So what do you think? What do you think about your offer?
So there's a couple of things I'm thinking. So, you know, one is probably not how to chase your family and friends. Another is, recruiting, because that's a lot of times people struggle with recruiting. And using the internet, making the transition, becoming a hybrid, not just doing offline stuff, doing online as well.
So there's 2 things I can recommend for you. Thing number 1 is look into MLSP. Have you heard of them yet?
Yeah.
My Lead System Pro. Brian's a friend of mine too. They can make all that shit really easy for you. So easier than the softwares that I recommend because that's tailored to that niche. The other one is a guy named Ray Higdon. Do you know him?
Yeah.
He's a real good friend of mine. And yeah, he's a good dude. And he's really good at that as well. But his target market sounds like it'd be different than yours. His is like people that have zero experience in this at all. It sounds like you're trying to find people that want to do it from the internet standpoint. Yeah. So an offer like that might be, I would hide the salesman. I always say hide the salesman in ads. So I would hide the fact that it's an MLM because a lot of people are, they feel weird about that, right? Yeah. And so what I would do is like how to build not maybe a work from home because that's definitely a red flag on Facebook, but it's like how to build a small business leveraging the internet even if you've never gotten any prior experience.
Small business, different language.
Yeah, because here's the thing, like with MLM and car salespeople are similar because people have been burned by them, right? It just fucking happens, right? Like MLM's full of amateur people trying to do stuff, so you're gonna get burned by them. And plus a lot of people sell the hype and things like that. So you really have to hide those salespeople in a sense of like, don't let them know it's MLM until it's too late, right? And one of the ways that you could do that is you could sign up with like MLSP and then you could run ads like learn how to build a small business from scratch even if you have no college degree and limited startup capital, right? And so that's the guy that can do good in MLM, but really what he's looking for is some entrepreneurial opportunity and you get to fill that void for him.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good friends with Brian too. So.
Yeah, Brian's cool people, man. I never met him. I know Ray in person. We partied together a few times at events. And Brian, I never met him in person, But we chat on Instagram a lot. So through the DM and Instagram. So good people. Kelly, what you got?
In between switching over from 9 to 5 to business ownership.
Gotcha. And you're going to consult people, correct? And what are you going to offer them?
How to processes and systems and organizational systems of how to be in the moment without being on psychiatric medication.
Okay, so you're going to teach people how to be present, right? So weird thing is a lot of people that need to be present don't necessarily know that's what they need, right? So I would, something like that would be like how to regain control over your life, over your mind and your life without taking any medicine or going to any therapy sessions. That would be a really good offer. So, all right. Hugh, what is your name?
My name's Ashley Goodman, and I'm in real estate.
Awesome.
I've done a couple in the past where I did CMAs, and then I did a list of homes, under tax price value, but I'd like to do, something more specific for seller leads.
What market are you in?
Texarkana.
Okay, all right. So what I would do is the neighborhood funnel, it will not let you down, I promise. And but what you need to do is you need to target, like I was talking about, the Glen Eagles neighborhood is a neighborhood where it's second-time buyers or third-time buyers. So you need to run looking to move into a certain neighborhood that's like upper echelon to where you can catch the sellers from the other neighborhood, right? And so in your city, I mean, you live in a small community. Texarkana is not huge. So in your area, there is a side of town that people are trying to get from to the other side. So you just need to advertise homes on the other side and then ask them. If that's the key to getting listing leads from Facebook. Now, you can use Google, and you can offer them, like you said, free home evaluation and free CMA or something of that nature. But I'm telling you, the lure of a good deal in the right neighborhood is huge bait in real estate, because that's what people are looking for, And like especially around here, because it's a booming metroplex, like houses are selling above list. So if you've got the hookup or maybe an ability to get it in front of people before it goes to list, which will probably sell above list price, then that's really solid bait. And the cool thing about real estate, somebody scrolling the news feed, they'll actually look at houses. One of the best posts you can make as a real estate agent, like say 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, maybe even midnight, is like up late and bored, check out these houses that are for sale in your market, right? Because a lot of people are up late and bored, and they'll check out houses. So, yes, sir. You, sir.
I'm a business owner, and I've been trying to get customers to my business, and I try to learn about social media. I own 2 nail salons.
Okay.
So I try to learn new things to get my customer in.
Awesome.
I don't know what way to offer this time.
Well, that's where I can help you with. So you own a nail salon, so that's cool. That's a brick and mortar business. Those are great to run ads to. What parts of town are they in? Are they here in Dallas?
One in Denton and Plano.
Okay, awesome. So you got one nearby here. Well, first thing is I would offer a come in, like if it was my business, I would use a loss leader. I would say, come in and let us do your nails the first time for free, right? Or maybe come in and you get like the nails and then we upcharge you for the acrylic or whatever the little pieces are, right? It's come in and get a free set of nails, but then the paint is an upcharge or whatever, right? And so that's what I would offer them the bait, because every chick needs their nails done, right? It's only a matter of you being the go-to guy, right? And so what you do is you lure them in. You lure them in with, get free nails, and then when they come in, they get free nails. You're like, okay, cool, paint's extra, right? You get the free nails, so they're already getting a discount anyway. And then you give that to them the first time, and you treat them like gold, man. You just you make them feel awesome, and you got customers for life. Just lure them in to get them in that first time, take a little bit of loss, they'll pay you full price forever. What's that?
So we can dip your nails in the color now.
Oh, is that it? Oh, yeah, that's right. They mix the colors, right.
Nails might be, I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe that's too big of a hit. I mean, out of my pocket.
That's too big of a hit to do the nails for free.
No, the pedicure.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's cheaper, okay.
Yeah, because it actually takes, so you have to just figure out which part of that equation that you can give out for free. Or it's like come in and get your nails done and we'll do your feet too, or come in and do your feet and we'll do your nails 50% off. Something to get them in there the first time only, so that once they get in there, you give them the experience and they don't want to ever go anywhere else. Because people are creatures of habit, right? If you can get them into your place and used to paying you once, then they'll always come to you until you mess up, right? That's just how it is. I always tell everybody, like my sales team, they're like, yeah, I closed that person. That's awesome. We get to change their life. I'm like, we just get started. Now it's easy for them to buy other stuff from us because they're used to buying from us. They like it. They're going to get results. They'll buy other stuff from us. You know, it's just we got to get them through the door first. So I would think about what you could offer as a discount or free, but only on their first trip only.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe give them like a combo with 30% off.
There you go, right? And tell them you'll take another 5% off if they check in on Facebook when they show up at your place. Like everybody that shows up at your place, you should be like, hey, we'll give you a free whatever it's called. You know, we'll give you a free file or whatever you could do if you'll check in on Facebook, because then their friends see that you're the place that they go to. That's free organic marketing too.
I give them, I was thinking give them free margarita.
There you go. Yeah, check in on Facebook. Is it check in on Facebook? I'd check in for a margarita. Shit. That's a good deal. But well, first of all, where's your location in Plano? Okay. Well, let me know before we leave, and I'll make sure that Amy and Lindsay and all the ladies in my circle go there anyway. So perfect. Sean, what are you going to use as bait?
First of all, I'll take a second. Mr. Ryan here has absolutely changed my life.
Uh-oh.
At one point, I was in an AE in the mortgage world, and I blew up from like 2 to 5 million to 20 to 30 million on a consistent basis, making multiple six figures. And I lost my job, and I came to Ryan, and I took one of his comp demolition courses, which is all part of the Entourage. It was actually what I would consider a step up from the BFA. He had a lot more info on marketing and advertising in there. So I knew what I wanted to do, and ultimately he changed my life by me implementing that. And then a year and a half ago, I put together a blog, and the blog kind of went viral, and I ended up landing the largest six-figure salary that I've ever had, yada, yada. Well, they ended up doing a 180 on me again, and I just said, you know what, screw it, I'll do my own thing. And I tell you, I get a lot of my self-confidence and everything from knowing how to market from this guy. If you guys are not a part of the BFA Entourage, I would absolutely recommend it.
You can't pay for publicity like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not a paid advertisement. So I'm back at it. I'm at a great company. It's a wholesaler that is doing a lot of non-QM and creative loans. So with all my knowledge, all these guidelines, I want to actually do a bait for lenders. And I'm going to try to figure out a bait to sign up as many mortgage brokers and lenders across America that I can help, and then use my sales skills to help other loan officers originate loans. So
That's real easy, man. Here's what you should do. You should, your advertisement, your funnel needs to be sign up for a webinar on how to leverage social media to have real estate agents chasing you. Then when you see, and so you teach them how to get agents chasing them. This, by the way, send your loans to me. That's what I do all day long, man. That's what they want. So, you, sir, what is your name?
My name is Brian.
Brian?
I do primarily e-commerce. I sell specialty automotive quick release fasteners called quick latches.
Okay.
They are typically used for race cars. Or they can be used on the exterior of the car or the interior of the car. Allows you to take the car apart, the bumper, the fenders, hood, trunk, everything like that. Just push a button, panel comes off.
Like NASCAR shit, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
It's like when they do the pit, if they need to fix something out, it's like clips, it seems like.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And it's funny you had mentioned it's that a lot of us don't know really smart people. I happen to be blessed to be friends with a guy who got a patent on this stuff, and I became his first distributor.
Okay.
And I've been distributing those for about 7 years, and I've been I was doing it on the side for about 6 years, and have transitioned to attempting to do it full time now.
Who do you sell to? Who's your ideal customer?
Ideal is a retail customer, but I also do business to business.
So it would be like me. I have a nice car, and I want to put like a Mustang that I race on the weekends or whatever. I would want to put your shit on it, right? That's like, so it's ideal somebody that's in like the competitive racing world or something of that nature, right?
That and guys who build show cars, like I'm sure you heard of the SEMA show in Vegas. Guys who build like $500,000 cars,
Okay.
stuff like that, who really want to make it over the top. That's the type of parts that we sell.
And so the benefit of using you guys is while they're constantly tinkering with these cars, it makes it easier to remove the things that are in their way, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's superior to old techniques which required a tool in order to remove a panel or a fastener or whatnot, whereas now you can just push a button comes on and off.
Well, remind me, and I'll introduce you to my buddy Roy Rhodes. He runs a race team here.
Okay.
And they've got 5 or 6 cars, I think, and they got a lot of money because they do a lot of stupid shit with it. So I'll introduce you to him, close him by all means, right? And Roy, you're not in the room, are you? All right, so make sure. I think you did actually buy a ticket to this now that I think about it, so scratch that from the record, Alex. But what I would offer is like how to easily work on your car without lifting a tool and be able to fix your situation quickly when you're in a jam or in a race. And so I would run one to people that run like the National Hot Rod Association. I would run an advertisement to them. It's like how to work on your car and replace it's like how to replace 1, 2, 3 parts without ever needing a tool, right? Whatever those parts are in the car. I'm not real car slobby, but something that would require speed for those racing guys. It's like, hey, how to decrease your pit time by like 4.5 seconds. That might be something huge in NASCAR, right? Yeah. I would run that kind of bait in front of people the cool thing about people that sell cars and that are in the car industry is, dude, there's car enthusiasts everywhere. There's American Hot Rod Association, there's NASCAR, and then there's all these people trying to get into NASCAR, and then there's people that are just in like the coffee and cars clubs and stuff like that. So you can target those things on Facebook because they have pages for all of them, and you just put your ads like, hey, want to reduce 5 seconds off your pit time and never even have to use a tool to replace XYZ part? Check these out. Boom, there's your stuff. So.
Yep, and it's actually it's a massive market. It's larger than I ever realized. It's worldwide.
Yeah.
I get calls coming in from
Dude,
all
you
over.
should be running ads in Dubai, bro. They fucking run through dumb shit over there. You know? You like, hey, dude, we got diamond encrusted handles if you fuckers want them, right? That oil money, like Dave Chappelle said, we're not here for the oil.
What's your price point on it?
It's pretty wide, actually. The entry-level product is $23.99 retail. We got stuff that goes all the way up to $400.
I would definitely use like ClickFunnels for that in case you want them to like be able to buy it right then and there, you know?
Well, y'all probably already have a commerce site set up for them, right? They can just purchase right there online.
Yep.
Dude, so you just run the funnel like with the landing page, and when they opt in, it takes them right there to the sales page. Hell yeah, all day long. Chris, tell folks what you sell and what you're offering.
All right. What it is, it's an organic cleaning product called Green Rhino Super Cleaner. I originally made it because my wife has eczema and couldn't be around chemicals. So it's like coconut, citrus, salt, real safe. But in terms of like a bait, I don't know, because when we started, we had such a small budget. Giving samples was kind of out of the question. So with orders, we kind of include things like extra cleaning tools, but more or less, the only real bait or way to get people interested was creating awareness of sometimes of what they were using versus what we could offer with our product. But in terms of like just an offer of buy this and get this, I've never really gone there yet.
I would run an ad for your stuff because it's not a supplement. You can run an ad for it on Facebook, but I would run an ad to mothers with kids that are under 2 years old saying, you know, are you sure the products you're using for your infants are safe? Ours is.
Now, how do you get
Y'all like that, didn't you? That's pretty damn good. One time I do a stint at our sales deals when I go to talk about sales, and people give me objections and I overcome them. And we were in Utah one time, these guys did door-to-door pest control, and the people were like, you know, I can't afford it or whatever else. It's like, well, can you afford the cost of the Zika virus? Do you know what that costs as a hospital bill, right? True, right? That's what their shit did, was it fought Zika virus insects, right? It's like, dude, I'd be selling that all day long, right? So, I mean, that's a pretty powerful sales motivation, right? Like your kid could be born without a head, right? I think it's worth the $15 a month to spray your yard. But that's exactly what I do. End of story, right? I target mothers to infants under 2 years old, and I would just say, hey, are you sure that all the products you're using for cleaners in your home are infant safe? If you're not, ours is. End of story. What's your name, sir?
I'm David. I sell cars for a BMW dealership out of Houston, Texas.
Okay. Which one? What's the name of it?
Advantage BMW.
Okay, cool.
Midtown. So,
You guys sell more than the one up the street here?
yeah.
Do you really? Y'all have to be big as shit then,
Well,
huh?
actually, you know, the one over here in, where's that?
On the tollway, yeah, on Plano.
Actually, I think they're good as themselves.
Dude, that place
Definitely
is
good in growth.
huge, man. They must have $100 million in cars sitting out there, man. It's nuts.
I don't know, you had a good idea earlier, you know, how not to overpay
Mm-hmm.
for a car or something, but, you know, I'm trying to get some more ideas.
Well, for BMWs, the number one thing I would run an ad to is find out why it's cheaper to lease a BMW than it is to purchase a Ford, because that is the fact. I posted about leasing an Infiniti for $400 a month in the sales talk that sold Kias and shit like that. They lost their mind. You can't get a $50,000 for $400 a month. I'm like, problem is Kias have no residual value. BMWs have huge, like BMW and Lexus have the two best leasing programs out there, right? But most people that are going and they're looking at a Ford Fusion, there's nothing wrong with the Ford Fusion, but most people that are going looking at it, they're gonna pay $500 a month. They don't realize that they could come lease for 15,000 miles a year for you and $1,000 down and get a 3 or a 5 series for that price. You know, and so the public's not aware of that. We only know that and we take it for granted because we're car guys, right? Did anybody else in the room know that it worked like that? Right? And so I would run that. It's like, find out why it's cheaper to lease a brand new BMW than it is to buy a used Chevrolet or a used Ford.
Supposedly.
Then I would target everybody that likes Ford's page and everybody that likes BMW's page. The good thing is you've already got brands that have built, you know, there's only the big 5 auto industry, so you could target all them, but I would definitely target, let's think about the BMW. Like, if you're gonna sell a 5 Series or 7 Series, it's like somebody like us, successful, that wears a suit and a Rolex and all that stuff, so you could appeal to them. It's like, find out why BMW is better than Mercedes on, you know, on your pocketbook or your tax or whatever. You might be able to work out that way. But I would target the why it's cheaper to lease a BMW, a brand new BMW, than it is to finance a used Ford. And I would send that ad out to girls that are between ages of 23 and 29, and I would use a picture of a 3 Series BMW, a white one. That's just like, dude, you look around the streets, all the like 23 to 29-year-old chicks that are driving BMWs are in a white 3 Series.
16-year-olds around here.
Yeah, 16, yeah, Frisco and Plano, 16-year-olds, but in Houston where you're at, yeah, so same thing, like I would target Conroe, and what is the other one that's down there? Pearland, Sugarland, that's down there. So, dude, yeah, you know, that's where the people with money are, and I run another ad. It's like, why your 16-year-old daughter's safer in a 3 Series BMW than in a Ford Fusion. So same thing for you, you know, same shit works for your cars as well.
Yeah.
So, cool. You, sir.
Dave Martin, sell window siding, doors, roofs, and decks.
Gotcha. So which one you want to sell first? Can't sell all 3. Windows, awesome. So one of the things that you can do is, it's similar to like what Roger here has, is you could create a report. It's like 5 things you can do to reduce your carbon footprint, then you can sell to people that are hippies, right? Because windows are one of the ways to reduce your electricity bill. I know that with the windows that we have coming, they're double pane versus the ones that were single pane right now, and they have like argon gas. And you probably know this, and I probably sound like an idiot, but I know that they're gonna be more energy efficient than the shit we can hear now, because now it's kind of like Office Space. When the neighbors talk too loud, I'm like, keep it down over there, right? So one thing you can do is kind of like our solar funnels, is you can target people who are into green energy and stuff like that, and you can say 5 ways to reduce your carbon thumbprint, and one of those ways is to get new windows for your house. The next thing is a piece of bait that you could do is the number 2 way to increase the value in your home, right? But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're running ads into zip codes. Like over here, these houses were all built in the 90s and 2000s, right? So they all have those old single pane windows on them. So you run an ad in this area, it's like, hey, you could save $5,000 a year in electricity, right? A big ass house over here that's 35,000 square foot, they could save a shit ton of money, right? And they're out here everywhere, right? And it's also a way to reduce your carbon footprint, a way to save energy, and the number 1 way to increase the value of your home, right? Because like, I know the house that we have over here is a flip. First thing the inspector's gonna tell me is these windows got to go. I'm gonna make him tell me though, damn it. But I know that's the first thing he's gonna say. So when that happens, maybe I'll hit you up. You can put the 3 windows in that I'm gonna put in. So that's what I do. Hippies and rich people, right? Number 1 way to increase you gotta love them both. So, yeah. Roger, I know what your bait is, but go ahead, man.
Well, I was actually thinking of a different one.
Talk to me.
So, for those who don't know, I do electricity, natural gas for commercial spots. I was thinking about kind of the mid-size, how I've been kind of overcoming objections or having my guys overcome objections. Ask them if they could afford an extra $3,000 to $5,000 more a year, you know, and then, you know, let me show you how you can avoid having that pain, even if you are already in a contract for up to 2 years less or something like that. I don't know.
Right. I think your business is kind of like some of the other folks in this room. It's not the most exciting, obviously, but there is a pain point that there is. And I think yours, like the bait with the book is good. We talked about earlier. I used him as an example. We had five reasons to reduce your bills. The other thing besides that you might want to use for bait is, you know, find out the number 1 way. Maybe there's, your business is so broad, but you would offer like the CMO. It's like, find out a way to reduce your increase by the $5,000, right? Find out a way to save enough money to pay for XYZ that they also might have to pay for, right? And so it really transferring with you might save them on contributions to 401k depending on, because I know you can save people a lot of money, but if you're saving somebody 20 grand, like we've talked about a few times, I'm like, find out how you can find out how to save the whole cost of hiring another employee by flipping your contract, So it is a very difficult business. That's why I really like the PDF the best. I feel like we got the best bait forward, but yeah, for sure, so.
I also think I got this guy a few months of your entourage. I have two BMWs that need to be leased.
Oh, there you go. Boom. I love it. See, that's why I love these groups. They're always networking. So, you, sir.
Well, I help small businesses grow by leveraging social media advertising and marketing. But as of right now, like all I can think of after the services is probably like for the first month, like free advertising. Since I execute like the strategies, and that's basically what they're paying for, is that and advertising. So that's the only thing I can think of is now. First month.
So here's what I would do if I were you, because I've done your job. And what I would offer is a free audit, right? It's like, hey, what we'd like to do is give you a free online audit. So I would get on video and I would say, you probably think you're a lot cooler than you are. When's the last time you Googled yourself, checked your social media metrics, and made sure that you were getting in front of the right people? If it's been a while, then you probably need to go through our free social media audit. There's no strings attached, no gimmicks, no nothing. Just simply fill out the form, tell us a little bit about your business. One of our certified trainers will get on the phone with you and they'll walk you through your social media and give you your score. You can make up a fucking score, who cares, right? Well, you got a 39, man, you gotta get that shit up. That's what I just offer them an audit, because that sounds like I would offer them a free online existence audit. That's what I would call it, online existence audit. It's like, do you even exist online? Are you not sure? When's the last time you Googled yourself? How many things show up? Let us show you some ways to do that. We'll give you a free online existence audit. Boom, there you go. Denise, what do you got?
So I'm in mortgage, and earlier you were talking about getting specific in the neighborhood. So a question I have is, since you would know best, would that work better than advertising something like want to buy a home with 0% down, or doing like loan-term triggers? Or jumbo loan, 10% down, am I?
Well, we've tried those, and with luck, but they're very expensive luck. So let's say that, like Josh, I gave an example, 19 leads for $7. If you were to run because we use Lead Pops, and they have some pretty specific jumbo, VA, FHA, zero down, like specific scenario funnels that they've created. And we've run leads and we've done good on Google to those, because people go in and they search terms and we do pay-per-click and drive them right there. And those work well. On social media, not so much. Social media, man, we might do 40,000 clicks like that to get 2 or 3 leads, right? So you might spend a couple $100 a lead, which at that rate, you might as well go through Lending Tree anyway, because that's about what they're gonna charge, right? That's not the whole point of doing this. So the neighborhood really works well as bait. Now, you might be able to type something as in move into this neighborhood with no money out of pocket, right? So that's like it's like the neighborhood's good and the incentive behind it. But you don't want to start talking mortgage terms, because then they're like fucking bankers, always trying to get in your back pocket, right? Like always, you got to hide the salesperson. So that's what I would do. If you're trying to do that, I would say it's the neighborhood and then how to move into that neighborhood with no money out of pocket.
Okay.
That's a good incentive combo, though, for sure. And dude, like Frisco and Prosper, those are great areas to do it. So I know you're from around here, so like there's lots of new neighborhoods out there. And what you can do, Denise, is you can market a neighborhood that a developer, say like Shattuck's doing that deal out at Brinkman Ranch, you can start marketing and sending people there and be like, I control the leads out there. I also want to get leads from y'all, or I'm going to start sending them across the street to the freaking Perot development, right? Yeah, absolutely. And then also the builder, you're like, dude, I've sent y'all 5 deals this month that have actually got contracts on houses. What the fuck is Rodney Anderson doing over here with you guys? Nothing, right? Talking to Russ Martin every Friday afternoon, right? No, look, I'm helping you guys. And then you can actually train another thing, like if you want to work with builders, it's like you advertise to the builders, like how to train your builders rep to use social media to generate leads for your building company. Because all of them are going, dude, these fucking builder reps, they sit around here, they don't even work on Sundays, right? And so you run that to the builders, that's big bait for them. And then what you could do is you can teach them how to make little Snapchat videos as the house is progressing and send them to the clients so they feel like they're in the loop the whole time. Yeah. Real simple stuff. Have everybody that goes to the model home check in. Little simple things like that.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Deborah?
So I'm also in mortgage.
Oh, shit, I thought you sold real estate. I'm sorry. I said that earlier. I was like, she sells real estate.
And so my
Y'all work
question-
together? Sorry to interrupt you again. Are y'all on the team?
Twins.
Oh, okay.
Twins, yeah.
Well, I knew that, but I mean, do y'all work? Are y'all
No,
on
we
the same
always
team?
build each other,
Okay.
we have to separate.
So y'all are competitors? Oh, this is awesome. All right.
So now we're in the same city and we both.
y'all need to write a book, too.
We could probably do a couple of books on our upbringing, but anyways. So my question was, instead of, she was talking about the neighborhood, but to real estate agents, if I'm trying to build a team of rock star agents, what would be a good bait? to
Two
get
things.
them-
Two things. Thing number one is you could use a webinar.
Okay.
So it's like learn how to leverage social media to sell your listings in half the time. Right? That's good. That's a good webinar to host on. 30-minute webinar. And you can do those on autoplay. It's that little PowerPoint, voice over it. Easy go-to webinar works. The other
That's
thing,
better than in person?
well, that's what I was going to say. The other thing is you just set up an event like that. You have them sign up in person, something like this. And instead of you talking about mortgages, which real estate agents don't really care about, you're in there talking about how they can grow their business, and in turn, they'll help you grow yours, I promise. Because they'll be like, oh, you know, Deborah, man, she knows mortgages, she's really good at it. But the funny thing is she knows these little funnel things, and the next thing you know. And the other thing you can do to attract leads, 'cause I know you're friends with a lot of them on Facebook, is every Friday, make that post like Hancock does. I generated 20 leads for my real estate referral partners this week. If you're not working with me, you missed out.
Yeah.
So, Lars?
So I've got mortgage and real estate, so I'm really here for the real estate side and, trying to grow that. I suppose our bait that we use is the coaching side.
Mm-hmm.
So we're known for our coaching, but I was hoping that you would give me some good ideas of what bait I could use.
So, just to be clear with everybody in the room, because I've known Lars for a long time, you're recruiting real estate agents to work for your brokerage, not to sell houses or whatever. So, the bait for something like that would be, again, a webinar, right? I have a client named Brian Norvell, and he's with EXP. I'm sure you've heard of those guys. They're like on the come up. And Brian is basically, every week, he's doing now they recruit like Keller Williams. They're a multi-level marketing thing, so they recruit everywhere. But he goes and sets up a live meeting, just like we're doing here. And he charges like $27 to show up to it, so it's just enough, right? Charges $27 to show up to it. He teaches them some of the stuff that I taught you today, and then he says, hey, if you'd like for us to coach you and work with you personally on this, then you just join EXP. So you could do that through webinar format, or you could set up events. And if you set up an event, Lars, I come talk at it. You know, I come talk for 30 minutes to an hour. I've done that for GP and some other guys around here too. They're like, hey, GP Tirio, do you know him? Mm-hmm. Great guy. And like third generation rich Dallas dude, right? He's just a great guy, right? Like, and we set up an event at the country club where he's at, whatever the name of that is, Lakewood Country Club. We had 85 people show up at it. So, so you could do something like that around here. And it was all real estate agents. And just from promoting it, I'd help you with it. So,
Thank you.
yeah, same thing for y'all. Well, that's something that it's good for me to come to because I got a room full of people that might buy my shit. You know, that's always good for me. And it's local, so I don't have to hop on a plane or nothing like that, and it'll help you guys out too. So, cool. All right, back to the front. Sean, what are you selling?
I sell pest control, and then also I'm learning to be a loan officer. I will have been mortgage.
Well, we've covered the loan officer thing pretty good. So let's talk about pest control.
Right.
I would use the same thing that we talked about for Chris. It's like, are you sure the chemicals that the guys are spraying in your yard are safe for your kids? Ours is, and because I know yours is.
Yeah.
And so I would just advertise to, I mean, take advantage of a market. You know what I mean? Like you might, and you're doing them a favor because for all you know, the shit that they're spraying from whoever isn't safe for their kids. Right. And so I would target women first of all because women are scared to fucking death of bugs. And like, ladies, close your eyes. Like women, bugs, and children, you got a trifecta of fear, my man. And so that's exactly what I say. It's like protect your family from the Zika virus this summer. You know, hey, serious shit, right? Protect your family from the Zika virus. That's some serious shit in Texas. What is the other thing that fucking kills old people every year? What's that called? West Nile, yeah, right? Old ladies die every year from West Nile around here. Never mind that it was 150 degrees in their house too, right? Like, but it was the West Nile. We laugh, but that's serious. Like it's like, dude, he was in great shape and West Nile got him, right? It was like somebody, it was probably their time anyway, you know? So sad as it is, but that's what I would use, man. So that'll work for you. So, Josh, you're in real estate.
I am, but as far as marketing goes, I want to market our land surveying business to title companies and builders.
Gotcha. So anybody in the title business in here? So what I know from being a loan officer, but it's been a minute, a long minute, but it hasn't been a minute since we ordered title, and because we're still actively doing that, or a survey. But what would be the bait to get the stuffy old weird title ladies to work with you over somebody else? What is an incentive? Fast turn times is one. What else?
Fast turn times, accuracy. I'm not trying to compete on cost, but I'm not going to be the cheapest.
Right. I would do a guaranteed turn time, right? While you can, anyway. It's like we got a 72-hour guaranteed turn time. I think that would be huge. What you need to do, now that I know that you want to market that side of your business a little bit too, circle your ass back around to Mike Wolf. This fucker's boss owns 100 title companies in this state. Oh, that's right. He just fucking bought that, didn't he? That's right. I totally forgot. That son of a bitch has got so much money he's buying everything. So I better not say that in here. I think he owns his country club. And anybody here know who Bill Shattuck is? That guy, man, dude, he's like, this is all him. Like, he developed all this shit. This whole fucking city is him. He just sold a $125 million house in North Dallas. Like he's a character. It's a hell of a business. And so, yeah, these 30,000 square foot homes over here were all built by him. So this is the deal. He buys the land. He's an attorney. He buys the land, develops the land, does the title all the way through each time that they subdivide the land and everything else, gets the title policy, owns the survey company, owns the appraisal company, owns the mortgage company, owns the builder, owns the title company again, because when you transfer from him to the original owner, and then him to the subdivider, and then him to the builder, then from the builder to the end person. So he's literally the reason why houses around here cost so fucking much. Because he's stuck his hand out every bit of the way, just taking his little 0.5% or whatever it is. It's crazy. But yeah, so that's what I would offer them. So, yep. With you, man, I got your answer.
All right.
Your answer is free gutter cleaning. Because you need to get on people's roofs. I'll let you introduce yourself. Sorry, I just jumped into your shit.
I'm Josh, and I'm in the roofing business.
So he's in the roofing business. And so the typical roofing offer is a free home inspection or free roof inspection, right? That's kind of overplayed. Like the market, I mean, it still works, but the market's kind of aware that it's like a free roof quote, basically, right? Like, give us a roof estimate. Yeah. Well, that's what most people do. Sure. But what I would do is I would offer either a free gutter cleaning or a free or a discounted gutter cleaning. So say right now it takes $250 to clean out the gutters of a house, okay? Somebody gets on the roof, takes a broom, sweeps the shit down, or whatever the case, right? But since his business is to get on the roof, we're hiding the salesperson, right? What they're getting is a $50 gutter clean. They're like, shit, my gutter is full of leaves, and for $50, that's a hell of a deal. Meanwhile, your salesperson gets up on the roof, and they get to come to the front door after they're done. They say, hey, man, we've cleaned the gutters out and everything. Everything's in perfect shape. By the way, while I was up there, I noticed that there was 3 or 4 different spots where your roof was fucked up, you know? And if you want to unfuck it, you need to buy level 6 roofs. It's 6, right? 4. Level 4? Gotcha. So, no, I meant the name of your company. Oh, your license plate says something.
That's an aviation term.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought that was the name of your company. I saw the license plate. So what I would do is I would tell them, it's like I would have the sales guy go down there, but he wouldn't be a sales guy. It would be somebody else who showed up for the roof thing later, right? And I would have the first line of defense say, hey, we cleaned your gutters up, and you can hire like cheap labor to do that shit. It doesn't have to be a brilliant person because all they're saying, they don't have to write the estimate or anything else. All they're saying is, hey, we cleaned them up, but you got some problems with your roof. Let me give you the card to a very reputable company that I promise will take good care of you. If you call this guy, he'll come out and give you a fair and honest quote. We've been using them for years. Meanwhile, when he gets up there, he'll see how clean your gutters are. Because nobody's ever going to check their gutters anyway. Just go up there and do a fucking decent job and get the shit out. It's pretty easy, you know. And run the ad in places where they're most likely to have an older roof, like around here, where it's going to be a good deal for you. You know, if you're offering $250 gutter cleans in this neighborhood, that's a hell of a deal because it's probably $2,000 over here. But you find one thing wrong with one of these roofs, it's a $100,000 roof, you know? So something to consider, but that's like we've done that before. That exact process of, you know, discounted gutter cleaning works well for the roofing business. Really well. And they never see it coming. So, Cole, what do you sell?
Window tinting for commercial and residential buildings.
Gotcha. So not for cars, for buildings.
We do cars,
but you're
that side of business.
Alrighty. I would follow the same. Hey, Travis, will you refill this up with tea, please? Yeah, it's in the back in those steel pots. So here's what I would do. I would offer something similar to his window thing. It's like how to reduce your energy cost, right? And so I would do maybe abate 5 ways to reduce your energy costs. New windows, tint the windows if you can't afford new windows. I would target people that like Window World and J-Weld and all those other big window companies. And I would say, can't afford new windows for your house? Or it's like, maybe, reduce your energy output without replacing your windows. Because I'm sure that you can get $2,000 worth of tint from you, or I just paid $16,000 worth of windows for me. Right? And so if it wasn't a noise thing with me that made me, I don't want my neighbors hearing me talking. I don't like open doors or people hearing my conversations out of where I want them to go. So I'm paranoid about that. But if I was doing it just to save energy, or if it was too hot in my office or whatever, then tint would obviously be a way cheaper option. In July and August, I would run an ad. It's like, tired of sitting in your living room and the sun staring right back in your eyes, or tired of sitting in your living room and there being a glare on your TV? We can solve your problem for $100 or whatever. Go in and tint that one window that drives everybody crazy in the damn house, right? Like ours is our back bedroom window. The sun blends through it, and if you're in bed, like I like to take naps sometimes afternoon, turn the TV on, take a nap, can't see shit but the fucking blinds because the sun's so bright on there. It needs to be tinted, The one we're replacing, it'll take part of that. But that's your thing. It's like, before you replace windows, you can reduce your energy cost and reduce your heating bill by tinting your windows, which is what we help. So, what do you sell, my man?
So my name is Cade Massengill. So I actually do 2 things right now. First off, I do physician staffing. So for that, I really don't know what a good bait would be. For the second one, I'm looking into getting into solar energy sales for homeowners. So that one's pretty easy. Watch a quick video on how to reduce your electric bill or how to eliminate it. So I just really need to know on the staffing side on a bait for that.
Are you here local?
Yeah.
Are you with Merrill Hawkins or whatever it is?
No. So they're actually Joe Hawkins. He is the angel investor basically in our company. Concilium Staffing. It's over in Irving.
Okay. I bet that's the same place that wouldn't give me a job. They were. Yeah, I bet that is the same place because it was in Irving, and it was the same stuff that you do. And I had just got out of federal prison, and I needed a job, right? Good thing is federal prison doesn't show up on your background, so that's kind of cool. So I get a free pass on that shit. And so I go in and I apply for a job. They fucking love me, right? They love me until they get my background. I had other issues too. And so, but I was like, after it was all done with, I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't take that job because their whole idea of the job was like, here's the call sheets, man. We expect 600 calls a day. Dude, I wouldn't have lasted. I would have closed a lot of people and maybe made some money, but it would have drove me nuts, man. Plus, I'm not as smart as doctors. That would have fucked me up. Well, if I was to run a funnel for a doctor, I know because I've done a lot of loans for them and I've worked with a lot of them.
Well, so I work on the other side. So I'm calling like the facilities, the hospitals, the health clinics, and then figuring out if, hey, they're short-staffed, and then basically being the go-to guy to staff those positions.
Gotcha. So you're following up with the hospitals that are short-staffed, and or just the hospitals in general until they're short-staffed.
Exactly.
So
basically getting my name out there until that point in time where they're going to need me.
Have you been doing this long enough to know what the biggest pain in the ass with all that is?
I mean, basically, it's just losing providers, or over.
No, so say I'm a hospital. Like, let me rephrase that. So say I'm a hospital, because I'm your target. I'm the hospital, I'm your target audience. So say I'm the hospital, and I have this huge frustration which is causing me to not be able to keep up. Maybe it's a lot of people getting sick, right? Maybe it's the Zika virus again, you never know. Maybe it's a lot of people getting sick. Maybe it's like asshole doctors or mismanagement. Like, what do you think that stress that causes them to need that shit filled up is?
So I would just go with caseload, just increase patients that they have to see per day, and then that they never have a chance to actually take time off because they're always working, having to see patients. The facility's not going to give the actual provider any time off. So what they can do is use my service to get a provider in there for X amount of time, and then give their provider a break, and then whenever they come back, they're going to be rested, rejuvenated, ready to get back.
Now we're talking. So here's what I would say. You could probably run an ad for this on LinkedIn all day long, targeting the people in your profession. Just target people that work for those hospitals. And what I would say is like, tired of having a busy caseload that keeps you understaffed and buys into your personal time? We're a place that can solve that in 5 steps. Enter your information to find out how. And then on the thank you page, the first thing I would do is congratulations, you just took the first step. Right? And then I would walk them through 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's like step 1, fill out this paperwork with us and get signed up on a referral partner. Step 2, sign up for a consultation with me so I can explain the process so we don't have to deal with the stress anymore. Step 4, you know, whatever that, get on the phone with me, and step 5, give me your money, right, or whatever, so.
Because my biggest thing right now is gonna be pushing through LinkedIn, because everybody for the most part is
That's
on
it,
there.
100%.
Yes.
And you can target them by their job. So if you need to target John Hopkins Hospital, then you don't know who the CMO is, you just go to LinkedIn and target everybody that works there. You know what I mean? Get them all talking about you. So yeah, that's it. It's like tired of having an overloaded caseload to where you can't keep up or take a personal day off. We have the solution for you. That's it. Yeah, because there's a person over there. It's like, God damn it! If we just had more doctors, I wouldn't have to do this shit at 2 in the morning. That's the person you're selling to. Cool. Dwayne, what you selling, man?
I'm the Internet Sales and Marketing Director for Ford dealerships in North Carolina. And
Sorry about the Ford comment earlier. I own one if it makes you feel better.
Nissan dealership and 3 used, but that's not really what my focus right now is. My wife and I started a business called Auto Cloud Marketing, where we do digital marketing for dealerships. That's kind of my goal of what I want to get into eventually. So we're expanding and we're getting clients all across the country. But my question for you is, can you give me some ideas for unique ways to target dealerships? Cold email, cold calling, it seems to be used all the time if they're flooded. I get it all the time at my the dealership. So I don't know if like partnering with sales trainers, or I was just trying to think of ways to try to get into a dealerships a little bit differently.
First, I'd hit Mark Jennison and Alan Dickey up. If you're not already friends with those guys, you should be. Jennison used to be in the tribe. His time was up. And Dickey's bought damn near everything I've ever sold from. He's in Entourage now. And Dawson, too. I know you know the 3 of them, but you just drop my name, and they'll help you get into some of them because they've already done a lot of the legwork. Third of all is I know that the car people, general manager, general sales manager, they're all on Facebook. And so what I would do is I would run the ad to them, and you solve an internet marketing problem for them. And so I know, I got another friend I'll introduce you to named Brock Allen. He used to be Grant Cardone's right-hand man. And now they do their own thing for like Joe Verde or somebody like that. And their number one struggle that they face is that the people in the internet department don't get it. You got these old school sale guys that are used to ups, and they're used to cold calling and calling people from the maintenance line and all that stuff. And the problem is they don't understand social media leads. You can't just come on down to the dealership. What the fuck for? I got an internet right here. I can look at the car on TrueCar. Give me the damn price, right? They don't understand that. And so what I would do is I would run an ad. It's like, are you a GSM that's fed up with your marketing department or fed up with your internet department? We can fix it in 5 steps. Because I promise you, that's the number one thing they're bitching about, because 90% of leads are coming through these dealerships and the internet, and then these old school car guys, because that's generally who stays in that business, are like, well, fuck this, I'm just going to treat them like ups, and you can't. You know, that's why Catch is so important, is because you have to have this like connection talk with them, because they can get the information from the internet for free, right? They go to TrueCar. That's what I do before I buy anything. I just go to TrueCar. Exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. What do you sell?
John Nossick, I sell real estate.
Oh, awesome.
Residential real estate. So got into the business about a year ago. Got Breakfeet Digital. Just signed up for live.
Oh, awesome. Oh, that's right. You were back there getting signed up for September, right? Awesome, man.
Hopefully the web will let me come.
Yeah, because you got a baby on the way, right?
5 months old.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you ought to be good by then. Shit, I got to go speak at Glacier Kennedy in front of like 3,000 people in 2 weeks. And Amy, like, she's due at that time. So, like, you know, like, hope I don't fuck that up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I don't get invited back. Once I go somewhere, too many dick jokes, enough talking about pot and shit to where they don't invite me back, right? So I know I only got one shot, right? And I'm like, baby, this is my one shot. This is like my big dream. You can't take it away from me. So as real estate, what do you want? Who are you really wanting to work with? Who are you wanting to focus on?
So I live on the golf course, and I'd like to get some of those clients.
Okay.
We just moved there a couple years ago, so most people don't know that I'm in real estate.
Gotcha.
So I target the neighborhood funnels, just like some of the other people have said, but that's really the clientele that I'm going after.
You know, you could, since you mentioned golf courses, you could run bait that was move within walking distance from the first tee box, right? It's like the get a list of the top 10 homes for sale that are the closest to the first tee box, right? To where you can literally walk out and play golf. You can run, golf is a very rabid, like John Carlton's made hundreds of millions of dollars from selling shit to golf people, because golf people got money. So that's like a rich man's sport, right? And so if you were to create bait that's like, hey, the top 15 homes for sale on the golf courses around the community, right? The top 15, like here in Plano, we'll say, for example, fill out this form to get a list of the top 15 off the market golf course estates that are secretly for sale in the area.
Then I just gotta find out how.
Yeah, just fucking give them 15. Like, hey, my house isn't on the golf course, but if you're in the backyard, you can see the golf course. So I'm going to put golf course view on that bitch when I list it, right? Right? But what you need to do is you just need to just make a list of the houses that are out there, and you know, as they change, add another one. As it sells, add another one. Just have that list of 10 or 15 homes. Nothing major. You don't need to put top 50 homes. Put top 10 homes. 10 is, by the way, you see like BuzzFeed and stuff. It's like 5 ways to do this, 3 ways to do that. Like those are the big headlines that really work these days. People like lists, and according to BuzzSumo, the #1 number to use in a list is 10. So your top 10 homes on the golf course in Plano that are secretly for sale, that aren't on the market but are secretly for sale, right? And you might just put normal people's address, right? And be like, dude, you knock on their door and offer them $6 million, they're kicking rocks, right? It's just all about the offer, bro. So, but obviously the neighborhood stuff that we've talked about in here will work too. But for golf courses, and then what you can do is once you say like the top 10 homes for sale on the golf course in Plano, and then what you do is you target people that are PGA fans and people that like Titleist and people that like Ping on Facebook. So you know you've got golf fans in your area that like those brands, so they're more likely to want to live on a golf course. Because even if they don't live within walking distance from like the clubhouse to where they tee off or grab a golf cart or whatever the case may be, if you play golf, you like to have a view of the golf course usually. I know my dad's a huge golf guy. He like plays 3 or 4 days a week and he lives on the golf course. It reminds him to, you know, it's like his thing. It's like his life's golf. That's his hobby. So, yeah. So you got a good crowd. That's a good idea. I've never heard anybody ask that either. I think it's a really good idea. Nobody's ever said, you know, I'd like to sell some stuff on the golf course. I think that's brilliant. So, good stuff. Yes, sir.
My name is Nicholas. I'm from up the road in Frisco, and I'm actually not in sales. I just wanted to meet you and cross it off my bucket list.
Well, that's fucking cool.
I'm an internet marketer, but I met you, or I heard about you through Ben Settle's podcast. So I was in email marketing, and you know, when you said you're from Dallas, so why do I not know this guy? And that just shows how disconnected I am from the real world. But then I just started following you from there, and then I got in touch with Travis, and then I heard about this event. I decided to come. So I started with email marketing. Everything was doing good. I had my first 6-figure year, and then AWeber closed me down. So then
Man, it's hard storing your shit in other places, especially when you get big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So once you get visibility, then all it takes is a few spam complaints, and things can go down. So then I transitioned into e-commerce, started doing good on Amazon. So December of 2015, I lost my email marketing. December of 2016, I lost my Amazon business. So, and I moved them both to 6 figures, and it's like as soon as you get big, something happens. But I learned that in the life of an internet marketer, you have to be prepared for the unexpected. You always have to have a plan B, because people are, I don't want to say people are out to get you, but visibility hurts.
They're damn sure not out to help you.
No. Well, and then when you decide you want to be like a coach, it's like, well, I'm going to teach Amazon, I'm going to teach email marketing. Then you got the haters that are out there, so don't go to him. And it's like, well, has he ever proved to you? So you got the people that are doing really well that will come and crush you, like literally.
Yep.
I've seen it. That's why I never actually got involved with the coaching aspect. But what I want to do is, now that I'm following you and stuff, I want to start doing YouTube videos and, Facebook Lives and get myself out there. But I know when I do that, you start to become a target, and people want to know exactly what you've done, exactly how much you've made. So I know that I can teach people a lot of different things. I can teach them email marketing, I can teach them funnels, I can teach them e-commerce, but people want to see social proof with that. And if you don't have the right social proof, that's when the haters will come out.
So here's what I'd do if I was you. First of all, Ben's cool, man. I spoke at Ben's deal last year, and then we had like this big after party in the penthouse at the Hilton. It's in Oregon. It's weed legals there, right? Like it's like everywhere. And then the guy that was in the class just happened to own a dispensary, so it's like fucking awesome. So we're smoking on the balcony and with the doors open, and like the air conditioner's just sucking this stuff in and then spitting it out in the hallway. And so like Hilton comes up there and they're all yelling at Ben because it's under his name and stuff. And he's like, God damn it, Stuman, what are you doing? It's like, I don't think I'm gonna get invited back to his events anymore either. We're still good buddies though. That was an odd time. It's like, wait, they said they're gonna call the cops. We're in fucking Oregon. Isn't it legal here? What's going on with these people? So what I would do, so that's really cool. Ben's a good dude. So what I would do if I were you is I would find small businesses that sells stuff, like this guy that manufactures different things for cars and stuff like that. And then, so that's like it could be e-commerce. It technically is, right? And so I would find guys like him and then do the internet marketing for them. So instead of being a coach, right? Instead of being like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to make money from Amazon, like Trey or Tanner or one of those guys. You know Tanner Lawson? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Trey Llewellyn, do you know him? Like, he just spoke at Funnel Hack. So, like, instead of trying to be like one of those guys, because you're right, it kind of happened to me. Once I started spending a lot of money advertising, Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins and them started dumping even more to shut my ass up. I get it, and I can't compete with those guys right now. I will eventually, but I can't right now. So I had to find other niches. I didn't get completely shut down, but I know what you're talking about, because they will come after you and they will outspend you because they got bigger resources than you do if you get visible. So what I would do, since that's a concern of yours, is I would find small businesses that should have e-commerce but don't consider themselves e-commerce, and then coach them so that you don't have to necessarily go on the, like, do you want to be like an at-home person that works from home and let me coach you on how to sell on Amazon? You could take like somebody, like I said, like him, and then, so what the bait would be is if you're a small business owner that sells physical goods and you're not using Amazon, you're missing out on millions of dollars in revenue. Let me show you how. Cool.
Yeah, going back to what you said, I follow Ray Hickman a lot too, and
Yep.
he's awesome. He breaks things down so simply for people.
Ray was at that event with me.
Oh, was he?
I got him high as fuck, and he don't smoke weed. And he was walking out into traffic. I had to fucking catch him twice. Man, I thought he was gonna die. He's like, the next day he has to do this like event. And the next day he did the event, and I thought it sounded awesome, Bob Stone, but I thought it sounded awesome. And he's like, dude, I totally fucked that whole thing up, man. Like, I'm never hanging out with you ever again, right? Like, dude, I saved you from traffic. I saved your life. I don't know what you're mad about, right? You could be dead. So, he's a cool dude. He won't party with me no more, though. I get that a lot. So, tell us about your stuff, which is awesome, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre and different. Terry Rivera and I have a business that is personal coaching and hotline text sessions with people that are frustrated, having issues with maybe family. Right now, my target audience is single moms and dads. So that audience that's just really got stuff going on and they want to kind of get back to the family, and they're just really they're working hard and too much doing the business and they don't know how to balance it. So that's my focus, and the beauty in this is too, I can change my target audience. So that's my start. I'm not really started yet. I do have the website up. I have a couple people I'm talking to, but right now my only bait that I've done is like a Facebook ad that is like one free coaching session or one. Okay, cool.
No free stuff. I hate free stuff. Like
Okay,
free trinkets is good, but free time is not. And so what I would do is, if I were you, I would say how to, like, I would target people in struggling marriage. It's like, if your marriage is struggling and you don't have time to make it to a counseling session, we have the ultimate reward for you. Or the ultimate solution for you, I'm sorry.
Well, that's married people. I'm also doing single.
Single people?
Moms, single
Okay.
dads, yeah.
So, dealing with family issues and no time to go see a therapist, we have the solution for you. I would even do one that's like, you know, thinking about therapy but scared of sitting on a couch talking to a stranger face to face. I can help you with that too. Because that's like me. If I was going to go, that's why I do digital coaching, because the therapist is going to want me to drive there 30 minutes, sit in there for an hour, turn around and drive back, right? And then maybe I talk a lot, so maybe conversation outside of that. Whereas a digital coach, we get on, it's 30 minutes on the phone, and we're done, right? So similar with your stuff. It's like if you're a busy individual, you don't have time to sit on the couch from 9 to 5. You ever watch Entourage? Like when Ari Gold was going through counseling and he couldn't get off his phone and he's like, fuck, are we done? Right? Like and his wife would get so mad, right? You get to avoid that. And so when here's your sales pitch, right? I'm going to arm you with your fucking ultimate close when you're talking to people, okay? When they say, I can't afford your stuff, go, do you know how expensive divorce is? I helped Garrett J. White build his empire on that line. Garrett, I don't have 30 grand. Do you know how expensive divorce is? It's a lot more than 30 grand, my friend. He actually used that line to raise his shit from 5 grand to 25. I'm like, we're buddies. I'm like, I should have charged you for that shit. But that's what I would do, right? And I would check, honestly, I would, individual man and woman, if you're a single dude who feels like you're never going to land the perfect woman, you're looking for help, we can help you. And you go through the text therapy with them too. Single woman, tired of being the solo sister, you know? We're all damaged goods. So the good news is, like, all you got to do is just get a couple of them to stick their hand up and go, yeah, that one's got my label on it. So,
Yeah, okay, thank you.
yep.
So Jens Johnson and I do coaching and motivational speaking. I also do live events and I do webinars and things like that.
Awesome, awesome. I know a little bit about that.
Yeah, I know.
So what is your like wheelhouse? So like for me, I help
Mindset.
salespeople make money. What do you do?
Well, it's really mindset
Okay.
training, and then I do executive leadership coaching.
Gotcha. Well, what would be the results of that? Like I know what that is, but say I'm like this new executive and I never privy to that world.
Basically, changing people's whole lives. You know, it's really the belief and the mindset. So take somebody from where they're living their life right now to help them create the life they want to live. And then I outsource to other people. We do business coaching. We help people start businesses. We help people make more money. So in ultimate is they have more success and they have more money, more time, more freedom, more money, and they're happier.
Gotcha. So you're looking for people that are businesses are struggling or businesses are flourishing?
Well, either.
Okay, because it's two different messages though.
Right.
Okay.
We'll give you both.
I like your style. Can't get it if you don't ask for it, right?
That's right.
So what I would think is if you are dealing with people specifically that are executives looking for coaching, right? I would feel like you're working and spending all your time at the office and unbalanced, right? Are you feeling unbalanced in life as if you spend all your time in the office? Let me show you how to get a healthy balance back to your life. Because if you're helping them change their mindset and win everywhere, oftentimes people, like for me, I went forever thinking that I had to work 10 hours a day. But now I realize that I've been doing this long enough that if somebody was going to give me money on Saturday, they'll still give me money on Monday if I don't answer the phone. You know what I mean? Like at first I didn't feel that way, but now I do. And so that's one thing. It's like, hey, if you're feeling unbalanced at work, then let us help you get everything back in balance, right? The other thing would be if you're struggling, you feel like you work your ass off and you're constantly struggling to get to the next level, there's a shortcut that we can help you take.
Question real quick. So with that headline, right? So that's the bait. That's like the ad.
Mm-hmm.
They click. What are they opting in for? Are they opting in for an email back, a call?
Good question.
Yeah.
So what they would opt in for is I would give them a free video. And on the video, I would explain to them like someone in their situation that's similar and the results that you got for them. And by the way, if this resonates with you, simply fill out the form below and ask them for like a little bit more details, like, you know, what they do for a living, how long they've been at it, what they think their struggle is. Just like you can use WooFoo for this, just a little bit further detail from them. And then say, we'll give you a free counseling session or a free strategy session. I did the free strategy session thing for forever. I actually own freestrategysessions.com. How about that? The internet hates me for that shit.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Yep. So, all right. So what do you got?
Christy Phillips. I've been in the hair industry for 30 years.
Have you met this guy over here? In the nail business? Y'all should be trading. Y'all should be like trading.
And, you know, I of course, I could always use more clients. You know, you always want to rotate new people. But I want to go to a higher end clientele, and I'm also leaning more towards hair and makeup with photo shoots and more of that high end, like photo shoots with maybe companies versus just individuals.
Okay, gotcha. Couple things is you should definitely hook up with him, and then wherever Travis is, his girlfriend does the Wow Brow thing, and so that would help you out. I have some photographers that I could introduce you to as well. But what I would do is I would run an ad to women, and I would say, when's the last time you had your makeup professionally done and felt pretty? You know? So most chicks, they just put on their own makeup all the time, right? And this last time that they had, but you know when somebody else does it, they do it better than you. And so, I mean, not that I got any experience, you know what I'm saying? It's all real, scruff and everything. But yes, and the other thing is, you know, I would say it's like, hair not feel as pretty as it used to. Let us name your extension. So my friend Danielle, DKW Styling is her Instagram. It's Garrett J. White's wife. Her name's Danielle White. DKW Styling is her Instagram handle. And what she does was she took some like whatever extensions, let's say that it's Joe's extensions, and she renamed them to like Real Threads extensions. And it's the same shit. She just like calls it her thing. There's a lady here in Dallas, she calls it mermaid hair. Right? I forget her name. She's like been big in MLM and stuff like that too, but Katie is her name. And she does the mermaid hair. So you just need to figure out what the hell you're going to name your extensions. Be like not feeling, you know, hair not feeling what it used to. You need lovely lady locks.
Just make that shit up.
Yeah, just like that.
Trademark.
Yeah. Trademark. So that's what I would do. Because, I mean, you got like a good, again, ladies, don't get mad at me. But the thing is, like, you know, y'all have a lot of pressure. I get up in the morning, I put a pair of pants on and a t-shirt, I look like a 10, right? As close to 10 as I'm ever going to get. Like, Amy is absolutely gorgeous naturally, right? She wakes up beautiful, but fuck, it takes 2 hours to put her together, right? And so I get that, like, some days she's like, I just don't, I'm not feeling it. So if you ran an ad that's like not feeling pretty today or can't get your hair right today, right? Like right in that right now, it's like, let us show you how we can fix it to where you don't have that problem anymore.
Okay. Awesome, thank you.
Sure. Chris, what you got, man?
So actually, since we were in the inner circle, I changed my offer. I'm doing coaching for acupuncturists on business, because most acupuncturists have no clue how to run business at all, or do marketing or anything. But my offer is about really doing it in a really authentic way, like be real and attract your tribe of patients. That's kind of the offer.
Gotcha.
You know, what I've already thought of is some type of thing where, you know, you're tired of, you know, chasing patients and doing marketing. Let me teach you how to just get tons of referrals from the people who are already in your office.
Yep.
You don't have to go anywhere, right? Then the upsell from that would just be then I would upsell them on something like ads, right? Like, hey, now you're getting all these referrals. What if we blow you up and teach you
What if we
how to
scaled
actually
it?
run some simple ads, right?
That's how they get you in Vegas, by the way. They're like, you want all this money, why don't you bet more? Right?
But anyway, you know, if you have I would love to hear your.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't
So,
need to, like,
so what I would do is, and I've known Chris, he was in Russell Brunson's inner circle with me last year, and it's where we met up in Boise, where there's no direct flights from DFW, by the way, at all. We actually landed in Minnesota. It was negative fucking 40. I'm from Texas. I don't even own a coat. And it was negative 40, and they made us wait on the runway because we took some shithole like puddle jumper. Man, it was the worst travel experience ever. But so for you, just like the first thing that comes to mind that's funny is like tired of sticking patients that don't stick around. That would be like, that's definitely a line to use, right? I'm just saying. But what I would do is like, I know what you're saying, because people that are into acupuncture, they're spiritual people and they have this aura and they believe in the child. I was just in Utah doing drugs with them, right? They're jokes for days, people. Yeah, and so, well, what you can do is like, you know, to those people, they're like the J.P. Sears type that he's always like. So what I would do is I would make the offer is like, you know, if you're trying to work with clients that are fully Zen and that could and have the experience that you want for them and fully be present during acupuncture, let us show you how to create a steady flow of the right people. You know, because you're looking to help them build a tribe, because it's just like anything else. If he gets somebody to come in and do their nails, then they'll come in every 2 weeks for life if you treat them right. Same thing if you give somebody like dramatic results through acupuncture and like, fuck, my back doesn't hurt anymore. Every 2 weeks, they're going to come in and get that done so that their back doesn't hurt anymore, so they don't have to take hydrocodone or whatever fun drug that they're doing, right? And so that's what I would do. First of all, I'm tired of sticking patients that don't stick around. That's like a humor side of it. But the second time is like, you know, tired of working with people that don't understand. Create a steady flow of people who use their language, who get their...
Tired of working with people who don't understand the value of what you're
Yep. Get people, you know, create a steady... Exactly. Create a steady flow of clients who understand and who are present and get the results that you desire out of the people you work on. Cool. Yes, sir.
Chris Tate, I'm a realtor here in Dallas. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. My ideal client is a first-time home buyer. I have a lot of friends and a sphere of influence here in Dallas. And then you know the market here, I really want to attract more sellers. But I really do enjoy first-time home buyers and helping friends and their friends and referrals get their first home. So something like, the biggest thing I've been doing lately is first-time home buyer luncheons, happy hours, whatever. Maybe some kind of date like that, just because most people don't know how the process, how to even start. But I really want to find a way to get more sellers. So, I mean, I know we've talked about that a little bit, but any other ideas would be awesome.
Yeah, so for sellers, it's simple. I would run an ad to people in an area where you know that they're most likely to sell their house, like decent houses that you want to work with. And I would say the ad is like, I have a plethora is not the word. It's like I have an abundance of people who are first-time home buyers looking to purchase a house and there's not enough for sale in Garland. You know, and it's like if you live in Garland and you're even remotely thinking about buying your house, we've got families who are ready to move in, right? So that you've got that bait in front of them, that you have a list of people wanting to buy their house. On the second hand side, I would run a webinar that's something to the tune of, it's time to move out of mom and dad's house, or it's time to leave your first apartment, right? What it's like when you buy your first home. Just do a 20-minute screen share webinar and have the bitch replay. They sign, it's easy to do this. You can go through Lead Pages and set it up, and you can just say opt in, and then there's like a 20-minute video.